you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hi guys, it's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and today's video, as you know by the title, I'm going to be jumping in the whole fast fashion with Shein and Temu. So a quick backstory for myself, I was addicted to Shein. I've been shopping on the app for about 2 years now. With Temu, I've only ordered about 3 times on there. I didn't really like their stuff. And I used to go on Temu when I couldn't get something on Shein or if it was sold out, etc. So yeah, I've been watching some people's TikToks and their opinions on the brands, and it's crazy some of the videos that I've found. So yeah, we'll jump into their reaction and how they feel, and then I'll give my 2 cents at the end. So yeah, let's check out people's reaction.
Here's one of the many reasons you should not shop at Shein. I tried on a few of their blouses that I ordered just to make sure they fit, and I started breaking out all over my body. You can see it even on my face. It's everywhere. Guys, I know their clothes are cheap and they're cute, but they contain chemicals that can cause this to happen. So just learn a lesson from me and don't do it.
Whoa, did she have an allergic reaction over sunglasses? And you know, watching these videos, it scares me because a lot of the stuff people are talking about, I've bought, I've tried on, I've worn. I've got sunglasses from Shein, and thank God I didn't have a bad reaction like this. But that's crazy. You'd think it would have been clothes that gave her that reaction or jewelry, but yeah, that's mad. But anything I do try, like when I first get it, I try it on, see if I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I do get a shower straight after because you just don't know where the clothes have been, where they've come from, and yeah, you just can't trust them. Not just Shein and Temu, any brand, like any new clothes I get from anywhere, I wash it as soon as I've washed myself as soon as I've tried it on, and then wash the actual like top, jeans, etc.
There's hazardous chemicals in your Shein clothes. Another edition of Why the F Are You Still Shopping at Shein? This is where I show you facts that you can find on the internet in order to convince you or for you to convince your friends to stop shopping there, please. A study from Greenpeace Germany, they tested 47 different products, including garments and footwear for men, women, and children. Different Shein websites in Austria, Germany, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, and some of the pop-up stores. These products were sent to an independent laboratory and tested. In 7 of these products, they found chemicals that are hazardous and break EU regulations. 5 of them broke these limits by more than 100%. 15 products also contain different hazardous chemicals. This dress had 20 times the limit of what is considered healthy for a child. They also found very high levels of phthalates. I don't know how that is pronounced. Basically, this is used to make plastics more durable, but it can disrupt our endocrine systems. And there is connections that it leads to cancer and many other diseases. They also found formaldehyde in children's dresses as well and shoes. By buying Shein clothes as well as other fast fashion clothes, you are putting your health at risk. And Shein is breaking EU environmental regulations as well as EU health regulations. Stop shopping at Shein. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Last week, an investigation has once again found toxic substances in items from Shein and Temu. Large quantities of phthalates, a chemical compound which makes plastic more flexible, and lead have been found in some of Shein's shoes. When I say toxic, I mean 11 to 229 times the legal limit. Now, the test was ran on 144 items and it was announced by the South Korean health authorities. Phthalates were found in items, and these are used in everyday items. They're in fragrance, they're in wrapping, but one of the pairs of shoes that was investigated found to have 229 times the legal limit of this. These substances can affect reproductive functions, infertility, and even premature births. Of course, it's not the first time that brands like Shein and Temu have had items found to contain toxic substances, and with Temu's 700% increase in traffic last year alone, it may mean that items that have already been bought may contain harmful substances too. If you or friends or people you know have bought from these brands before, please be careful and let's leave these brands alone going forward.
I have seen a lot of videos saying that Shein jewelry is bad quality. I'm going to test the quality. Let's put these Shein necklaces in a cup of water and wait 5 hours. 5 hours later. As you can see, it gives off. But the jewelry is still the same as before. So it doesn't discolor. If you watched until the end, comment.
Seeing that woman's like reactions on her fingers is crazy, and even the one that broke out from trying on sunglasses. I'm happy to say the two, like, or even three main things I never bought on there were jeans, makeup, and makeup brushes, because obviously that's to do with your face. I have sensitive skin, so I can only buy things like that from like the proper like makeup slash drugstore. Um, Jeans only like particular places to get them from, and it makes my body, my bum, like it sculpts the shape of me. So yeah, that's another reason why I've never bought jeans from there. And they just don't really appeal to me. They don't look that nice. I'd say most of the stuff that I did buy on there were like household stuff. So like mats, rugs, little stuff in the bathroom. I'll probably try and insert like small little clips. Those sticky things that you can stick on the wall that holds up stuff. I got a lot of my hair stuff because of my hair business. I got a lot of stuff off there.
Shein's filing for an IPO and clothing quality seems to be plummeting across the board, and it is kind of our fault. Somewhere in recent years, we stopped caring about the quality of our stuff, and instead we started caring more about having more stuff, having new stuff, and literally just getting stuff all the freaking time. We have made Shein into a multi-billion-dollar company, and brands are not lost on this. They know that we no longer care about the quality of our stuff as long as we have new stuff all the time. If you were to compare items from a brand from 20 years ago and now, the difference is drastic. They now invest less money into their materials and labor and more money producing new things so they can keep up with the demand. Think about it this way. When was the last time you went to a brand website and you saw a tiny collection and you didn't feel just a tiny bit of disappointment that they didn't have more things to offer you and more things to choose from? That fear of missing out is literally the driving force behind the current landscape of fashion. And what's even more disappointing is that the prices did not go down as the quality went down. The prices went up. Nothing will change unless we literally change our consumer habits and reframe the entire industry and the demand that we have from this industry. And I know the simple answer is to stop consuming fast fashion. It's not as easy as that. However, there are steps that we can take, such as demanding higher quality items, shopping smaller businesses that have higher quality items, and overall not supporting businesses that have fallen into the trap of just producing new stuff all the time. It's not an overnight solution, and there is no perfect solution. However, if you're someone that cares more about the quality of the pieces in their closet rather than the quantity of the pieces in their closet, you might want to follow me because I put out daily videos on brands that I recommend as someone who used to be a designer reseller. So I've handled brands, I've studied brands, thousands of them, and now I'm here to give you my recommendations.
Whew. So I agree with that woman there. We are partially to blame because, fast fashion, we're the ones putting in the orders. We're the ones that were demanding that it comes to our house in 24 hours. Amazon Prime there. But yeah, like the reason why I don't really like Temu is because they take long to deliver. That was another thing I didn't like about them. So I was just like, I'm not using them. I did get a couple of stuff. Like I said, I've only ordered from there 3 times. A lot of it was kids stuff, like joggers and stuff, and the quality is shocking. It's so bad. My kids have probably had these joggers for like since September, just before they started school. And I'll put a clip on the side how they look. They look like they've had these joggers for years, and it's like it's crazy. Like when I say the quality of these brands are so trash, I mean it's so trash. It's just not even worth it. Fair enough, I might have paid £10, but at least if I got something in like that as the sale for kids for £10, it would last and look a lot better than this. But yeah, you really do get what you pay for, really. So my last order I made on Shein was yesterday. And it wasn't even really for me, it was for my mum. She needs some stuff because she's traveling. But I ordered like some new floor mats for the bathroom and for the kitchen because it's like super cold in there. Just like little house stuff. It was no, didn't order much clothes. Didn't get much clothes in there, so it's just like little stuff for the like house around the house. But yeah, I've never had a problem, but I have heard stories. Like I remember one girl, she got her parcel and there was a Scorpio in there, and it's just like, you know what I mean? And I remember when my partner, he used to get my parcels and throw it on the bed, and I'm like, get it off the bed. You don't know where this has been. Like, it goes through so many like stages before it gets to my house. So I was like, ew. I like to open my parcels downstairs just in case there's any surprises in there. And like I said, I try the clothes on. If I'm keeping it, wash it, and then I go and shower because again, you just don't know. But these like stories that people are sharing are crazy, and there's so much more. And then the stuff that they're putting in it, it's like why? And then it's hard to break down. And you know, when I knew that Shein and Temu want shit is when you try and donate it, like let's say to the charity shop, and they're like, nah, they're not interested. When I seen that, I was like, yo, like this is bad. So you literally have to trash it. You might wash a top, wear it once, wash it. It's got a hole in it the next day, or the colors run. You know what I mean? Like it's really bad quality.
Why is Shein so bad? That is an amazing question. Let me answer it for you. To sum it all up, Shein, along with Romwe, Zaful, Forever 21, Zara, H&M, all of those companies are fast fashion. If you don't know what fast fashion is, it's when clothing companies take super cute and trendy clothing and mass produce them at an extremely low cost by using toxic chemicals. That's right. Why would they use cotton, a fabric that's good for the skin and for the environment, when they could use an extremely toxic one that will allow them to profit more? Because of the fabrics that they're using, the clothes that these companies are making don't decompose back into the earth. So cotton, for example, it takes 1 week to 5 months for cotton to decompose once you like donate your clothes to Goodwill and they end up in the landfills if they're not, repurchased. That's how long it would take. Linen takes 2 weeks. Denim, it takes anywhere from 10 months to a year. Wool is up to 5 years. But the brands that these companies are using are nylon, polyester, and spandex. Nylon takes 40 years. Polyester takes 20 to 200 years. 200 years for an article of clothing to break down into the world. And spandex is indefinite, like it's never going to break down, so it's just gonna sit and pile up. Since the early 2000s, which is when fast fashion has taken over, the textile industry has become the second largest polluter in the world. Yeah. And like I said in the beginning, they're mass producing these clothes, so they're making hundreds of thousands of styles of clothing a week. And not all of these are being purchased and used. No. So they're just piling up. That's why it's the second largest polluter. Not only are the clothes bad for the environment, but the people making the clothes are being harmed and killed. Fast fashion companies hire third world countries like Bangladesh to make the clothing because it's much cheaper to hire people there than it is to hire people in the United States to make the clothing. The working conditions are absolute shit. They do not care about the people making the clothes. They have no regards for their safety. They work in these rundown factories that have collapsed in on them and has killed multiple people. Overall, Shein, fast fashion, terrible. Terrible for the world. You won't catch me thrifting it.
I'm only going to talk about Shein very briefly because I don't have it in me to go back and forth with people who want to pretend that a store that got big less than 5 years ago is as vital to them as the air that we breathe. But I do want to lift up a finding from this new documentary on Shein that's on the UK's Channel 4. First off, being made in China doesn't mean that it's automatically made in a sweatshop. There are plenty of factories in China that are above board. Shein just chooses not to work with them so that they can keep their prices low. One factory, you're seeing 500 pieces of clothing per day people are having to make. They're making only $550 a month for that. Another factory, 4 cents an item. Both factories, they're working 18-hour days, 1 day off a month. Another factory, if they made a mistake on a piece of clothing, they're docking their pay 2/3 of their daily wage. Like, this is borderline slavery. People always want to be like, why are you coming after Shein? What about all these other companies? These other companies have their issues, but they pale in comparison to Shein on scale alone. Zara, who invented fast fashion, puts only a fraction of the new clothing styles on their site that Shein does. That means Shein has just a continuous churn. And that's why these workers have to make 500 garments a day, because they have to keep up with this churn. And that means they're being forced to work longer hours. They're being forced to work faster, which means more injuries. Like, this is really harmful for real people. I understand being poor and not having many other options, but these are people who are destitute, and they are destitute because of us, because we've shown this company that we don't care about their labor practices so long as they can give us cheap garments. And really, we shouldn't even be looking at poor people who have no other choice when we talk about Shein. This is driven by people who are doing hauls after hauls after hauls, and it's really not okay. In the National Museum of African American History and Culture, down in the slavery section, there is a poem that I think speaks directly to this. It's called Pity for Poor Africans, and here's a section of it for you. I own I am shocked at the purchase of slaves, and fear those who buy them and sell them are knaves. What I hear of their hardships, their tortures and groans, is almost enough to draw pity from stones. I pity them greatly, but I must be mum, for what would we do without sugar and rum? Especially sugar, so needful we see. What, give up our desserts, our coffee, our tea? And that's how some of you sound.
But like I said, I've made my last order. My last order from Temu was probably like the summertime, so maybe like July this year. Again, I only ordered 3 times. You know how Shein always kept me is because they would give me big discounts. Obviously, when you leave a review on what you got, you get more discounts. But they've stopped doing that. And then on top of that, I feel like they've gone more expensive. They used to be super cheap, super quick. They'll take a lot longer now to deliver your stuff. And even I've noticed the quality is just not there compared to when I first started shopping on there. I did love the uniqueness, so you could obviously get stuff that you've not seen in another shop or you've not seen another person down the street wearing. You know what I mean? I would get some really nice like bitses, and my mum be like, "Oh, where's this from?" And then I'll look at them and be like, "You know, it's from Shein." So yeah, it's little things like that. But yeah, I would say at one point I was addicted. You know, you've got the app, you're scrolling, you see something cute, it'll come in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Bob's your uncle. But yeah, I'm trying to save for a car and I'm just over it. I'm over the addiction. You know, when you get over it, it's like it doesn't give me that thrill that I used to get. You know, when people like to get high, you know, that it's that feeling. I don't get that feeling when I get the parcels anymore, so it's gone. And I've just got bigger, better plans for next year. So I was just like, yeah, once I get this parcel, I'm gonna leave my little review, but then I'm gonna delete the app because there's just nothing there for me. I've got so much stuff since last year. So basically this year I was meant to go Nigeria in like August. I didn't end up going. So I do need to still review that stuff. But I'm just glad that I don't need to buy no holiday clothes because I do want to travel a lot next year. But yeah, I've pretty much got everything. So hopefully I stay the same weight because that's the problem I might have if I gain weight. The stuff's obviously not gonna fit me. But apart from that, yeah, I'm over it. I'm done. And not just like Shein, just anything. Like I really feel like I don't need to buy any clothes for next year. I want to do a no spend year. I'm gonna be giving my updates on this channel. It's gonna be hard, but I think I can do it. I think what will get me is the kids. I've got to stop looking at kids stuff. They do grow, like there's no tomorrow, so I do like to get bigger sizes. But other than that, that's literally what I spend my money like. That's my weakness is clothes. You know, people have cigarettes, alcohol, mine's literally clothes. So pray for me, guys. Fingers crossed I can do it, but I feel like I can. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments, have you ever bought anything from Shein and Temu? Have you had any bad experience with them? And yeah, I'm just happy that I'm not going to be shopping with them anymore. Please like, comment, subscribe this video and share it. Stay safe. Have a good one and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.